Yeah, but he just started.
I'm not
fussed.
Oh,
No,
okay,
he was looking at his
because he
watch.
was watching you look at your watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not fussed.
So that's what I was watching. Just watch you.
That's cool, man.
We can carry on. It don't even matter. We're into it now.
We'll
We're
start
back.
the pod again.
No. We're into it. It's cool, man.
This can be the intro bleep thing.
I'm not fussed. We can continue. Like it's all
Start
good.
the test
I'm
kit.
not really fussed about intros anymore, man. Intros can go. Intros can go. We're into it, like you were saying. You are.
We are the FrontLeft Podcast, FrontLeft Conversations. Trigger Trace here, and I'm joined with...
Tezza, aka Tezky, and
Hey, Josh _LFTS.
there we go, man. We don't need a planned intro anymore. I think we can just go straight into it. That's how the conversation is. Straight into it, straight right into it. But anyway, how is everyone?
All right, it's been a minute to be fair.
Yeah, we haven't recorded in a little while.
Yeah.
People have been missing us. The streets have been calling.
Some people thought we had COVID.
Did he?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
swear?
People thought we had COVID, yeah.
That's why we weren't recording.
Hiatus.
I don't know about that, man.
No.
I've been going work. I don't know about COVID.
Man said he's living that 9 to 5 life, baby.
I'm chilling.
Man said he's chilling like a
Nah, but I
vanilla.
suppose this time away, we've had all that, like, personal growth and things that we've been working on anyway, so, it's good to be back.
I've been resting. I've been taking it easy.
So,
That's it. I go to the gym, I go work, I go to the gym, I go work. I chill on the weekend. That's me. I'm happy. I don't really need to be doing any extra. I don't know. I'm just in that kind of just
he's
relax.
not going for them extra credits. No extracurricular for me.
No extracurricular for me,
He
man.
said,
Don't know
what?
them.
He said, these streets don't need me, baby.
These streets don't need me. Holla at me September onwards. For this
Yeah.
summer,
To be fair,
Hot Boy Summer's on pause, man. I'm relaxing.
us recording now would have been the week everything would have went back to normal.
Yeah.
So, kind of, we found out last week it wasn't going to go back to normal. And, like, I had everything planned in my head. I thought, next week, we had our raise back again. Man got fresh sunglasses. Man got visors to take back. Yeah, man got some new glasses to take. I haven't posted on my Instagram for nearly a year properly.
Yeah.
Like, I was ready to take photo. I was ready, man, with some new visors. And then Bojo said, nah, not today, big man.
Bojo.
But then it makes me think whereas they can keep on doing that every 4 weeks. Because at the end of the day, it's still going to be a free-for-all when you up it anyway. So it's the same circumstance every time you do it.
Yeah, but I know Michael Gove was saying, like, no, we're not going to change the date again from the 19th.
Nicholas Sturgeon said the same thing as well today.
Oh, is it for
She
Scotland?
said they won't go back. So there won't be no lockdown again.
Does she think that there is going to be another wave at all? Or?
There is waves, because I spoke to a nurse yesterday. And she said the highest that they had was 3 in
3 what?
COVID cases in like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
And then yesterday it just spiked up to 27. So imagine having 3 in 3 weeks and it just suddenly spiked to 27.
27 in one day?
In one day.
I mean, I don't know, because obviously with the COVID cases, we don't know the severity of the cases. Like, you can have a COVID case, but what does that mean? Someone's tested positive? Or does that mean someone has gone to hospital? Or does that mean someone's actually ill? It's kind of like categorized altogether, I think. I don't know whether it's like they really break down and say specifically like a case and then they show you what a case is. It's just like a blanket number for everything. So to me, I just, I keep my eye on it, but I don't really don't worry too much or fuss. I just kind of just do what I'm doing normally, as long as I'm not reckless. But if you were saying if restrictions did ease, what did you have in store?
I think the first thing we was going to do was Mac's birthday.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go out. Mac, if you're listening to this, because I know you listen to the pod, you cannot plan going out without booking.
It's true.
No, I'm being serious, because
you can't even do that with no pandemic on a Saturday.
Yeah, like people, you know how many people booked to go out for this Saturday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was no way we was going to get in anywhere,
Yeah.
man. You can't be strolling unless you come to Liverpool.
We'd have been stood outside the clubs.
Yeah. And then Portuguese bouncer be like, guest list. Are you on the guest list? I say, Final Buddha. Shout out to all my Congolese man that taught me that one. Portuguese Francis a dickhead.
Relax, all I said. He has a failure to watch the pod still. But yeah, nah, I hear that. But yeah, so obviously what's dropping next Monday? Love Island.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Love Island's back next Monday.
Island of Love.
And obviously the same recurring conversation that happens every year. Do you think there should be
Black people.
either not just black people, but more of a diverse kind of like
First of
cast?
all, hell no.
What's the hell no?
There shouldn't be black people.
Don't
You know
even
what's-
know. Hell no.
Do you know what's actually mad? Because I saw it on Twitter, and someone said, you know what, yeah, black people shouldn't be on it. And I like the tweet because I strongly agree. Like, they put one black person there, and then the slander that they get.
Before
like,
they've even
yeah,
been on.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's nuts.
even me, I contributed in some of it.
It's
It's actually true, man.
Speak for
Like,
yourself.
And you know what I hate? Yeah, like, I actually hate it where everyone's like, oh, yeah, there's too much black slander. Not gonna lie, the white people get slander too.
Yeah, they do.
Like, it's obviously you're a minority on the show, but don't go into a show what is predominantly white and it's meant for white man. Like, it's the whitest show ever, and like before it came on, before this one come on, ITV put up a statement saying it's not logical to have someone from the LGBTQ community to be on that TV
It's
show.
not because you're not. Then if everybody else isn't, they're not
Yeah.
gonna get picked.
So I was like, you know what? I actually support ITV on this because I was like,
It makes sense.
But couldn't they not, wait there, sorry to interject, couldn't they not have somebody that swings both ways though?
yeah, okay, so
But a couple of people that like,
okay, this is okay. Now that you've just said this,
yeah.
and hypothetically, you're on Love Island,
Yeah.
and obviously there's a couple of people, but they have games where they kiss people in a row.
Yeah.
Say you got kissed by the transgender,
Yeah,
how are you gonna react?
part of the game.
No, it's not part of the game.
I
It
feel
is
like
part-
Nah,
it
it's
is
not.
part of the game.
No,
Like,
it's
I'm
part
not,
of-
I'm not gonna go and kiss man. Do you get me?
No, no.
But it's part of the game.
Okay, that's not the game I took part in. Because it's not even saying like
Oh, you just said that.
that, you get what I'm saying?
Man said, I don't subscribe to them rules, man. Big man's not
Because-
the same rules.
Because I get it. It's like I get it now because it's not logical. Like it's even saying to a girl like you can have girls on there because there's actually even though we try and say like oh yeah, girls kissing girls are sexy, but there's actually a lot of girls that are not comfortable kissing girl.
Yeah, of course they're not.
So what if two girl kiss now and she's like this is not what I signed up for?
But when they put these challenges together, from what I remember, there's not a set order that they have to be in. They can choose what order they can.
I don't know. I remember there was one where the Brooklyn Bronco or something, and you know when on that,
On
the
the little
horse.
horse
and then
thing.
they were doing
Yeah.
challenges, and someone else kissed someone else's partner,
Oh yeah,
and
I've
they're
seen
all
that.
like, "I can't believe you kissed
Yeah,
her like
and they were
that."
vexed.
They do stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying. They
do.
kiss random people to
They
stir
do.
it up. So imagine now that got thrown into the mix. Are you gonna now go and I don't even know, man.
The only way that can happen though, and for them to get people from like the LGBTQ etc., is if everybody's game and they've said beforehand like yeah, I'm
Everybody's like
comfortable.
that.
Yeah, otherwise it doesn't make any
It
sense.
doesn't make sense to get one.
Yeah, that's
That's
what.
what I'm saying. I've like, you could have people like quite a few that are either, I don't know if the right word is ambiguous or whatever, but like you just wouldn't know, and some that you do know.
I don't know
but
what
clearly-
ambiguous mean, but I agree to that.
It does mean that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think you can just spring that up. Because I can't go into a villa thinking that I'm only there for girls and then I'm doing a challenge and then I'm kissing a man.
Yeah,
That'll spin me differently.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
So
I don't know.
So wait there. So imagine, yeah, right. You know, when they go to that other, what's it called,
Casa
Casablanca
Amor.
or something.
Casablanca,
Amor.
man. Casa Amor.
Casablanca's a film though.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a sick film.
And it's a place in Morocco.
But yeah, but anyways, yeah.
Shout out to
imagine
Simone.
they have that thing where like they put in obviously the new guests or the new contestants or whatever, and all of them are like they can swing either way. Do you get me? So imagine now you're on Love Island, yeah, and you're with a baddie, right?
Oh yeah.
She goes to this other place, right?
Casa Amor.
Yeah, comes back, yeah,
Yeah.
and then you think that solid, she's gonna pair back up with you. And she goes over and is like, yo.
But
this
that
is
happens
my
all
thing.
the time.
Yeah,
No,
but,
but
not,
he-
yeah, but
but you're-
usually it's to a guy, innit?
He's saying she comes
know
back
me?
with a girl.
Comes back with a girl, do you get me?
That would be wild.
But like
That
obviously.
would actually be good
But the
TV.
thing
Yeah,
is,
it would
but
be
you
good
would,
TV.
you, as a contestant on there, wouldn't have suspected that. You would have just been like, yo, what is going on
Yeah, that
here?
would be wild, to be fair. Now that you said that. But then, imagine now,
Uh-oh.
rules of reverse.
You're gonna say if a guy goes and then he comes back with
Yo,
a guy.
and
Oi, that would like
That-
the girl would be
that
spun
would hit the
differently.
girl differently.
Yeah,
That would
differently.
actually hit the...
Differently.
I think it would hit the girl more different than...
I think the whole village
Yeah,
be silent.
I'll
Everyone
be
be
like,
what the hell's
whoa.
happening?
Like, what
But
is
you know,
happening
but
here?
you know when they go off and have like these secret, I want to chat, and they go and like have kisses in the little...
Yeah.
cupboard. So imagine if somebody or the producer was like, yo, go up to the hideout or go to the hideaway or whatever, and
This-
you see two man.
Okay,
or the
so
two
I
gals
think
just-
that would be censored. I can't lie. I think that would not be shown on TV.
Which censored?
I genuinely don't think they would show that on TV.
Why not?
Yeah, to be honest, I can understand it.
Ofcom would be
Yeah,
going
it'd
off.
be mad.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the
yeah.
people are still homophobic and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
complaints might be a mazza.
Yeah, yeah,
what
I
about,
think
What about Pride Month though?
Pride
I
Month's
mean,
nearly
we-
over.
we come
It's
some-
the end. I'm not even joking. It's the Pride Month's nearly over. It's the end of June. Like
It's the way you said it. You said that. As if like, yeah, that's done. Oh, jeez.
I was saying no way,
I
but-
know what you mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I get what you're trying to say,
Yeah.
but I think, fam, when we see adverts with black people, the Ofcom goes mad. Now you can imagine
especially
putting them.
the
Christmas ones.
the one was it the Indian family where it was Sainsbury's.
Nah, it's the black family.
I swear, was it black or was it Indian?
The black family
Black
with
family?
the gravy, pouring the gravy at Christmas
Okay,
when we did the
yeah,
we did
yeah,
the pod on
yeah,
it
yeah.
as well. Yeah, and
Mad,
Ofcom.
mad.
So you can imagine, especially a show like Love Island, which is like superficial and like it's really for like a specific type of people. Who
It's
go
for
on
people who want to see. It's basically the reality version of X on the Beach.
Kind of, yeah.
Fam, that used to be our fucking pastime when we was in uni. We
Yeah,
used to
it was.
sit there.
And they come out the water.
But actually, be just too silly though. So silly.
But what they used to show on MTV was nuts.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. People are more susceptible to see that kind of thing because it lives. Why do you think the reason Geordie Shore was so big and
It makes
Jersey
good
Shore?
TV.
Because every lad wants to be known as that lad that can whack as many birds, and then every girl wants to be I'm that it girl, and I can get my looks to get everything. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you need to think about it. Even before when we was younger, I always thought like uni would be like American uni where I watched Project X before
You
uni.
said this before. You said this on the second pod we did.
Yo, I watched Project X before uni. I thought, yo, I thought it was good. I thought that's what uni is gonna look like, and then it wasn't.
That's so funny because if you think about it, everything comes down to like expectations. You know, like I said, with uni, some of these people are going on to Love Island to either boost their career or try and go down a certain avenue. Like, I don't really feel like people know what they're getting themselves into.
But Love Island,
I think it's
what it
changed over
can
the
what
years
it
as well.
can guarantee is you're gonna be talked about for a year. So you need to really capture that commercial success.
But I watched an interview with Jordan Rian, and she said that she was depressed for 6 months.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even like, she was on it for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
But like, she was like the character, because they made it out, because remember Curtis?
Who's Curtis?
The dancer one? The tall one that was with Amy?
Did he fancy her?
Yeah, don't you
don't
remember?
blame
He
man
shot
still.
his shot.
Did he?
Yeah, because Amy was like, I came here to tell you I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
ballroom guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like, yeah, I wake up early to make toast. Do you remember? Man said
But
he's
didn't
like,
she get with my man Danny?
she left.
No, she got with Danny.
Jordan did, yeah. But I mean,
Jordan,
Amy was like, I'm
yeah.
heartbroken, I'm leaving.
Heartbreak
But-
is horrible.
So he,
Chris seen the melanin and just thought, let me grab it.
Hey, I don't wish heartbreak on anybody. It's big.
we'll touch on that later. There's still.
Hey, touch
But-
on
Jordan. So she was made out to be as if like she was the one who came between Amy and
Yeah.
Curtis. So she got a lot of hate and backlash. And I watched the interview that she did on YouTube with a presenter, and she basically said that like what she would do is like she was so depressed. She actually didn't control her Insta for like 6 months. What she'd do is she'd shoot content all in one day or 2 days for like 2 weeks worth, and then she'd have either like her mum or management control her Insta, and she would only respond or reply to it if she wanted to. She was just like in a shell at home, like. But she said the relationship with Danny that she had was legit. That was actual, and that continued. But after that, she was in a depression, and the contestants who go on have aftercare for up to 14 months. It's like a year and a bit.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Jordan was top contender.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, she actually was. But like,
she was stunning.
You was in India was that year as well.
India Love.
Nah, India Love.
India with Owen.
Sorry, Rain. Sorry.
India, yeah, because that was. Do you know what? that year, there was actually some serious contenders because Belle was on it.
Yeah.
Who else was on it?
There was Belle, Joanne. Wait, am I thinking of the same one? What was the one with Michael and everyone?
That was the one.
That one had
no.
Amber in it.
That was the one with Michael.
Yeah, and Obi and Amber.
I think that was one of the best ones, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good. I think the year before was a bit better with like Danny Dyer.
Is that the one that had Theo in it?
Kem. Yeah, Theo. Yeah. Theo was a villain.
Theo came to cause drama.
And
that's
he actually came. Theo, Kaz.
I liked Theo.
Yeah, man. I don't want peace. Problems always. Have you not seen that meme? Oh, I need to show you.
Who else was in that one? I think that was the first one I started to watch. That
was the first one I watched as well.
And then it was Amber. Wait, where's the one? Where's that? Ellie. Which one was that one?
Ellie was the same one, isn't it?
Yeah, Ellie's the one with Kaz.
Yeah,
the same year Kaz
and then the next one was Amber, Belle. That was serious. Belle came hard. And then the year... what was the 1 year after? Belle's a top contender.
Oh yeah, I don't think you realised what he said.
Belle came hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were like easy.
Mad. And then which was the year after?
The year after the Belle one was the one with Amber and Michael and stuff. And then the year after that is the one they had
Belle
in South
was
Africa.
that year. Because it was Anton and...
yeah.
And then I didn't watch Winter Love Island.
Nah.
It didn't have that razzmatazz.
I watched 1 or 2 episodes, but it wasn't really all that.
But what I don't like is about that Winter one, I didn't watch it, but how the newspaper tried to slander Michael.
The
black
Ghanaian Michael.
Yeah, like he was chatting to saying he was speaking to some 15-year-old girl. That's why he got it. He wasn't really.
Oh, the police.
Yeah.
They make up stuff. But so if you had the opportunity, so if they message you to go on Love Island, would you do it?
Nah.
Right now? No.
Not right now. So let's just say everyone's single, everyone's chilling, but they're not seeing anyone, whatever. And
how would you?
Love Island.
Okay, think of your personality.
Me personally, I know I wouldn't go on it. I wouldn't suit everyone who's on there because they create like messages and characters and stuff. I'll be on there talking too much sense. See, they'll give me minimal time on the team.
Me personally, I feel like I could be a lovable character where the whole nation would love me. But then I could play the game very well. But then if I actually genuinely like someone,
oh shit,
and I catch feelings, and then she lifts as my man,
it's finished.
That is done.
It's finished.
I couldn't hold that shit.
I know you wouldn't.
I Love Island's not for black people.
I wouldn't be able to hold that in, and then
okay, go on, sorry.
Would I then generate the angry black guy stereotype, or either because I feel like I'm really a lot better with controlling my anger now than a couple of years back.
Yeah.
So I think I could handle it for TV, but then deep down inside me, I'm like, you took the piss. Like, so me to win the audience, I think I could play that.
But
game
the thing is,
well.
when you're in there though, you wouldn't have the understanding of the audience. Like you're just in there.
I don't know because
you don't even have your phone or anything.
You need to think.
I feel like the first couple of days you'll be obviously aware that things are around, but
you need to think. Love Island's what, 6 seasons deep now?
I think so. 7, yeah.
That's 6 years. That's 6 years. Fam, I've been studying this shit for 6 years. You're telling me I don't know how to play the game now?
Nah, but it's completely different when you're in that situation because
both yes and both no, because I feel like there'll be an element that you'll be like, I know how to play the game.
You know how to play the game now. Of
moments where you're like,
how to get your airtime, how to get that person.
No, you will definitely do all that. But I mean, like, there'll be moments where you will forget and you'll be so immersed into it that like this is now your new reality. So you're not thinking of it as like I'm on a game show and people are gonna watch me and perceive me from home. You're just gonna be in it. You'll probably still have the mindset like, you know, I'm gonna do this to work off this person to get as far as I can, but you won't be aware of like the whole perception of the nations watching me, because you're just gonna be with the same 12 people or how many people you're with every single day. And if the producer or whoever hosts it comes in, like, especially if you're there for more than a week or so, you're just gonna feel like your mindset will just switch.
I don't know, man. Like, me personally, I'd actually go in there and think, okay, I've already got the game plan in hand. Like, I'll come in and be like me, crack jokes, wouldn't be too pally, but also wouldn't give my cards way too out. I think the girl that I get would be kind of not my type, but something I feel like I could kind of win over a little bit.
Yeah.
Until the girl that I find and have a genuine connection with, and I'm like, okay.
But what if you're playing that game with the girl that you feel like you can get as far with, but you actually start to like her, and then a baddie comes in who's normally your type? What happens then?
If I start to like her, I think with me, I'd only have one eye for that one person. So then if I've started to like her now, I don't know, because I always put myself in that position where if she moved on to someone else, I'll be like, oh, fuck. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think just having a baddie would sway me like that.
But here's the thing, though. When they introduce these new characters or bring into the Casa Amor or whatever, they know how to bring in a similar type to either what you're seeing
or what you like.
Do you know what I mean?
Because they smashed it with Kaz.
Yeah.
Either because
group chat went off.
No, not group chat. Because looking at Josh's actual type is Asian girl.
Have you studied that?
No, because he's with that girl from Liverpool.
Yeah.
The Asian.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
they must tell people.
Oh no, they generally go in with like a criteria.
Yeah.
So like that's why it's kind of almost, you're like, oh, so and so hasn't had their type for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All of a sudden their
type comes in,
and then they get like airtime.
But I'm kind of I want to know whose type was Jordan's, cause shit, when Jordan walked through and there was another one, I can't remember her name. She didn't get airtime.
Oh, nah, she thought she was the shit.
Yeah,
with curly hair.
She was Brummy or something.
Lavina
or...
Yeah, I think it was Lavina.
Yeah.
She got with
I don't think she got with...
guy.
I don't even think she got with anyone.
She got with Asian guy.
Nah.
I don't think she got with...
She wasn't named Taz or something.
I don't think she got with anyone. She chipped early.
She was on TV. Everyone was parring her because she was on the... She was on the clip saying like,
I can catch anyone's
man. Like I can catch anyone's man.
Yeah.
And then that was the last saw her on the TV.
Literally that was the last
you
time.
just see her making a drink in the background and that was it.
Yeah.
So
like funny. When Jordan came on, because Jordan's full black, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I know Mum is anyway.
I didn't expect anyone on the show to like that. Like because she's very good looking.
Yeah. And she's not the typical type for everyone.
She looks like an American black girl. So in America, she'll flourish.
Yeah. I think she's Caribbean.
Yeah. In the UK, it's still... Yeah.
So what if there was a Love Island, but it was an ethnic Love Island? So it was black, Hispanic...
chaos.
Black,
chaos.
Black, Hispanic,
chaos.
Asian...
It'll be sick.
And stuff like that.
It'll be sick, but it'll be chaos.
Southeast Asian, all that.
You especially get black man with ego as well.
But you would... So the casting would be similar in terms of you'd get the right blend of people. You can't just
be getting wet white black people.
No.
You have to be getting some serious guys.
Not
but
that.
Then if you get some serious guys, they don't want to be taken as a dickhead.
True.
So
my flip a conversation.
Yeah.
Now for real.
Yeah. So it's a
show
hard,
done after the one day. Still, but
it's a hard choice, man.
Nah, it is a difficult choice, but I think it'd be interesting. But you'd get the right blend. You get a blend where you know that like it's not just gonna be people with egos and like who think they're the big I am, and they're just gonna dominate and stuff. So
I said he's the big Will I Am.
The big Will I Am, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Love Island. I mean, I'll be interested to see how it goes.
Man, there's
It's
loads
mad
of
because
programs.
Love Island's our generation, or not even our generation.
I was gonna say Big
Because
Brother.
of
Yeah,
Big
because we
Brother.
was the generation of Big Brother.
Yeah,
So now use generation, it was next man's generation now, innit?
maybe.
Fucking Big Brother was sick.
It was.
But back then when we only had like limited channels, they used to show Big Brother 24/7.
It's on
Channel 4.
Channel 4, yeah, every
so
day.
they used to show it, I think, on what you could watch it all day. On one of
Oh, you could.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that was so dry.
yeah, and then they
That
used to
was so
have
dry.
bird noise.
Yeah. Yeah, so you couldn't actually hear what they were
Yeah,
saying.
so
Yeah,
you
until
don't-
they edited the show.
yeah.
I remember that. Imagine. Do you reckon you could live that kind of life where you're always being watched?
You wouldn't think it though, but yeah, I don't know.
But like you don't really have the freedom though, because everyone was always in the confines of a house.
Yeah.
And you go. I guess the garden had like swimming pool and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but you're always in and around those.
I suppose it's just also as well the ability to not know what's actually on the outside world.
Apparently they don't know the time.
Really?
Yeah,
There's no clocks.
you need to watch 90s Baby with Jordan.
Yeah, actually, no. I remember he said
He
that.
said that there's no.
Yeah, there's no phones. You don't know anything
so
on the outside.
You think you could
Is
be
this
go?
Big Brother, is it?
No, this is on Love Island.
But do you have phones though?
Nah.
they
Can I
don't.
get a text?
No, but that's like a Love Island phone.
Yeah.
So that like
It's still gonna have the time.
I
on
don't
it.
know, man. They could mess with that time, saying it's
Could
9
do.
p.m.
they could just change
Yeah,
the time.
they could just change the time. But he was saying like, there's times where they tell you to go to bed.
Oh yeah, and you don't know
You don't know.
Yeah.
But it could be like 6 p.m.
the sleep patterns.
And then
nuts.
you wake up, and it could be like they tell you to wake up, and it's basically you've had your 8 hours.
it makes sense though because you see them like
yeah.
they wake up and they're getting ready for the nighttime, like they're going out
Yeah.
proper, and I'm thinking, what have you been doing? Like if someone told me to go out from the swimming pool to go inside,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have a party to go
Yeah.
back outside, I
And
look
then
at them like what?
they could tell you as well, like it could be bare bright and they're telling you it's bedtime. I think that's a bit mad. And then
But they
you
could-
But is that so? Then obviously they have the amount of footage to do the edit, and then they can have their own time.
No, not that. You can do the edit. They will have a
So
around
I'm
the
sure they
clock
must
team.
have their own time as well. To
But
get me.
to tell them that you could be going to bed at 6 p.m.
I think they like what Josh is saying. They generally don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I believe that
like
as well, they don't know like what the actual time is, but like there must be something there. Like I said, the phone.
Do you think they're counting the days themselves?
They try to, and then it just.
yeah, I think after a few days.
I'll forget after a few days.
yeah, you would.
I'll be like,
How
day
long have I
one,
been here?
day two, when you stop and you start forgetting.
You're right.
Man said,
I got
Holy
electrocuted
Spirit.
on. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Jesus.
yeah.
But no, I think you forget. It's like, say, like if you went to Penn, after like a week, your head must be everywhere.
Fam, we went through 18 months of pandemic or whatever.
Nah,
You
but
call
I
it.
thought you were gonna say we were 18 months of Penn. Then
I looked at Mom was saying he did the Great Escape.
oh yeah,
Nah.
she's gone through
Like
confession.
even just like
One's
being
Asan Diop.
in lock. Being in,
It took me a minute to get onto that.
sick. But
Man said Lupin Fiasco, you know.
Lupin Fiasco, you know.
Hey, that's the name of this. That's the name of this. Pod.
Lupin Fiasco, man.
But yeah, man, like just the whole lockdown. Even though we did have a sense of daytime, mornings, it was just mental.
Yeah, like the whole perception of time was flipped upside down because you didn't have a routine. I remember that. Time was just like an element, a fragment of something.
Is this in COVID?
Yeah, in the first like lockdown and stuff.
Yeah.
Time was just like normally it's like, oh, this is gym time, this is time I eat, time I it just became
So I hate when people say like, oh, I hate routine.
routine's great, man.
But look at COVID, it showed you that you need routine because
Yeah.
being spontaneous, you ain't that spontaneous, B.
Nah,
you
no.
ain't, because you can be spontaneous to work around your set
Your
schedule
routine.
of time.
Yeah.
But if you have nothing regimented, you want to be spontaneous, guarantee you wouldn't know what to do.
No, you
Spontaneous
wouldn't.
in what way?
To
Like
do
just
different-
whatever you
different
want.
shit.
So for example, like if you go to work, you're gonna get up at a specific time. You probably eat at a specific time. You're gonna leave the house at a specific time. Most of your day is automated because it's a routine, but then you'll get to a certain, like if you don't have any routine, like you're just one day you might get up at 4 o'clock. Your first meal's at 5 o'clock. The day's already half gone. The next day you're getting up at like midday. It's just all over the place. Some people are like that though. Some people have jobs where they create content or they have shoots and stuff like that. The previous night, the partying or whatever, the next 2 days, it's just whatever. Like I've heard it before. Like Specs said one time that like he just get up sometimes and it'd be like 2 p.m. and then he'd be like, "I'll allow it." I'm going back to bed at like 5 and then get up later on.
But if you are in, let's say that, well, not profession, but if you had that certain type of like lifestyle and then you are, let's say, seeing somebody who has like a regular lifestyle, like to me that couldn't gel. You'd have to be on like a similar wavelength or.
Yeah, that's what what's her name? The American girl, the one with the annoying voice, the one who says "baby girl."
B Simone.
Yeah.
Fam.
B Simone. Yeah.
Is an idiot.
Her with her logic was
And then
just
she
so
got called up for fraud.
Did she?
Yeah. So she
Fraud, why?
she wrote a book about manifestation,
You okay.
and she stole the
whole content?
The content.
Mad.
So, like, she stole the whole content because she was like, I manifested to do this. So she brought out a book, and I think the book was kind of expensive. And she took, like, different parts of it. So, obviously, it's
Plagiarism,
not smart,
man.
but it was like,
Trust.
each section is not off one book, but it's off multiple books.
Yeah.
And she just plagiarized the whole thing.
Oh man, I didn't realize.
Yeah, B Simone. She's so annoying.
She's so annoying. I feel like she plays up to the character.
But then that stuff works in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't have to put that persona on because she was already on a trajectory. Basically, what she said, for people who don't know, is like, because she's like an actress and she's...
I won't even call her an actress.
Or whatever she is. She's
An
like
Instagram-
an no, but because she was on like Nick Cannon's Wild and Out.
They're not the girls in it. They're not
The
actresses.
girls in it.
No, they're called Wild and Out girls.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
opposite way you said the girls
Just
in it.
girls in
Oh,
it.
yeah. But no, but she's had little roles in like little.
She had her own little TV show. on
which
Zeus.
I think it flopped. I don't know whether it did well or not. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know, but I've that network. I didn't know it was Daystorm's network.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
he's been
online.
smashing
It's
it.
an online service.
But yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, basically she was saying that like her husband or whoever the man she gets with and settles with, she wants him to be like,
Oh, he doesn't want a 9 to 5.
yeah, she doesn't want a 9 to 5, she
Yeah.
wants someone who's an entrepreneur because her lifestyle might be like, I can work spontaneous hours. And then when people were breaking it down and like really analysing, they were saying that like, you do realise that if you have someone who's an entrepreneur, they do more than 9 to 5. They're on the clock whenever. They have to work. If they don't work themselves, then they don't make any money. So you're kind of like shaming people who have that kind of routine, and that I think what she was leading to was probably the status, because she's probably thinking people who do that 9 to 5 have a specific type of job.
She's trying to say that everyone that has a 9 to 5 has a routine.
Yeah,
But then people were saying that you can still have a 9 to 5 and still catch £1 million a year.
yeah, you can.
Like some self-employed people work longer than a 9 to 5.
Yeah, they have worse hours, especially if you own something or you're a CEO or manager and
Do you
stuff.
get what I'm saying?
There's no turn off.
I can't rate it, but it seems like I'm not saying like it seems, because I've been to America and I've seen how it looks like, but it's hard not to fathom what you see on Instagram, because it looks like these men are plucking 100k from I don't know where from, but
I swear everything's on credit though, innit?
no, I might what?
I swear, like in America, like it's apart from obviously this country, but like in a lot of other countries as well, like everything's like on credit.
But credit here's finance,
Yeah, but I'm talking about literally everything though.
but
Like
everything
what?
here is on finance.
So let's say, for instance, how long's an average mortgage here?
30, 40 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
it depends on how much you put
Yeah,
down.
how much you put on.
So think about it, right? Not everybody can pay off the mortgage or gets to a stage where they pay off the mortgage, to get me. Now, when I was told this the other day, just from somebody who's like been over there and stuff like that, they've said that literally like absolutely everything that they get. So there's no sort of, unless you're like in the top bracket or you like can own stuff.
Are you trying to say like people don't buy things outright? Everything is just like.
But isn't credit a mortgage though?
Well, it depends. I think Trey's alluding to like everything,
Like
but not just like a mortgage.
Everything here is the same. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, but some people might buy things outright. I think that's what he's trying to get to.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so like
Whereas more people.
Yeah, so
But
like if you think of maybe like the top 5 things that you have, let's say right now, not to obviously name them, but like, you know, you can quickly say, okay, is this on credit or did you buy this on finance, or do you know what I mean? Like it's a continuous sort of
Who was
thing.
I having this conversation with? It
About
was
what?
one of you about Christmas time. Not about Christmas time, about Christmas in general. When, okay, so do you remember back in the days? It goes back to what you're saying about credit. You know, before we had like Amazon and stuff,
Yeah.
there used to be like Littlewood
Woolworths.
Yeah.
and
there was-
Woolworths.
Yeah.
And there used to, every year there used to be like a whole thing on Watchdog about how people can't afford to pay the things that they took on credit from Littlewoods.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Notorious.
that. I remember that.
Like, people were getting themselves in the waviest debt.
Yeah.
This is before, because I never knew what finance was till we was like 20. But I knew what this Littlewoods, where man
It's
were.
mad to think people do that.
But I get it because people couldn't afford to buy like Christmas presents, and so they'll get it out.
But would you not rather just go without and be honest
Hey,
than
man.
get yourself in debt?
You look at it now. People want to hold a facade
Yeah, they do.
because,
Image.
especially when you've got kids as well, you want to give your kids everything. Because you get some kids who are ungrateful and be like, well, like, not gonna lie, when I was younger, I remember when I asked for a PlayStation and never got it. I was like, love you, mom. But I was like, fuck you, bitch. I wasn't like that with it.
I've got a funny story about
Well,
Christmas. No.
I was like, you don't love me.
So before you get to your story, like in our primary school, like after Christmas and you come back, was it like every Friday or something like that, like a show and tell?
Yeah.
And then they get you to say, oh, so what did you get for either your birthday, what did you get for Easter or whatever?
Did they make you do that? That's a way to shame
yeah,
kids, you
yeah.
know.
So, do you know what's mad? That's why I don't
Why?
really celebrate my birthday, and that's why I never ask for birthday presents and Christmas presents. Like,
Because you never know what.
no, do you know what it was? Because I never really had it. So, when I was younger, like, because my mum was starting the shops back then. So then,
So what? Do you mean like you were aware that of the
Yeah.
situation?
so then
I was a bit like that.
I remember when we was younger, like, I remember because we always used to go to, we used to come to town as well. And this is when my grandma was alive. And my mum used to send money. Because you used to do through a travel agents to send money back home.
Yeah.
So we used to come into town every week. So bear in mind, my mum was opening a shop, sending money home to my grandma and putting her brothers through university, and then looking after 2 kids.
That's mad.
And then you're like, how do you afford life?
Yeah.
So
it's
then-
peak.
When I was younger, I was like, when the PlayStation came out. It's mad because I got a PS1 when the PS2 was out. Like,
Oh, it's hard being a parent.
yo,
You know?
fam. So, and I never got it. But then when I got to like 10, I was like, wow, like,
You understood.
I understood.
But that's good on you that you had that self awareness.
So every now that I'm like, if someone says I want to get you something for your birthday, I was like, I'd rather appreciate food. So like, my
an
mum's always
experience.
made food, and like when we was in primary school, she brought food over to our school, and you could do that. And like, I appreciated that more than the presents. And then when I tell people this, they look at me. No offense, but like a lot of people don't understand that. Like they
No,
don't
they
get
don't.
that.
But then again, it just, I think it kind of like goes down to, like we've all watched Blue Therapy, innit?
The provider.
Yeah. Not even the provider, but I was thinking more of
The gifter.
No, what's her name? Deborah.
Yeah, the gifter.
The gifter.
She wants the gifts.
Well,
or
she's the gift.
the gift.
Recipient.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit, I was thinking it was
Yeah,
the
Deborah.
therapist.
yeah.
That's your woman's name, that's Denise.
Yeah, that's Denise. Yeah,
Denise.
yeah. No, Deborah. Yeah. So like, she wanted her man to just be showering her with gifts because that's what she knew. Because that's what like her dad would give her. So some people might go into relationships thinking that's the standard. Like,
Don't get me wrong, like I'll get like someone with presents, but like I'm not I don't really care. If you're telling me that you want to fork out to give me shit, I'll be telling you to keep your peace.
I'm the same, you know. I'd rather an experience.
Yeah, keep your peace. Like, especially like, I'm trying to try and tell people like it's not.
But that might mean that that's not your love language, but it might be their love language.
See, I think as well. Going back to that, I don't even want to get too into it, to be fair.
But like, for example, like, if your love language is like spending quality time, which it might be, and theirs is receiving gifts, they might automatically think, because theirs is receiving gifts,
yours is...
Yeah. You know, but it's just mad. These people can receive, but they don't want to give.
Talk.
No, be serious. If your love language is receiving gifts, then I want to receive these gifts too.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But it doesn't always work like that, but I get it.
Are you coming to say that, yeah, I'm going to eat all you can eat every day, and then I'm going to let man stop, and then you're going to... Hey, fam, it doesn't make sense. But
wait, only one person's
like,
eating.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like give.
It's mad because I'm not a preacher, but the concept of a relationship is like a partnership, innit? Like, you both bring things to the table. If one person's not bringing something to the table, so let's say they're not bringing an extra 2 legs to the table, our table's gonna fucking fall, innit?
Trust, man.
Analogies, boy. Come on.
They need to start making the table.
But I want to hear your funny story.
Oh, my funny story. It's kind of peak stuff.
I hope it's funny.
It's not on. Nah, it's funny. It's not on my. It's not about me, but it's at Christmas. So when I was like maybe 15 or so. So I used to always spend Christmas somewhere else. So in London. One time I spent it in Zambia, or I have family who come to me. So this time it was me, my sister, mum and dad. We went to London and we were with my cousin. I don't even know if he watches the pod. I think he does. So sorry, innit? But basically, we were giving gifts. So there's like 8 of us in the room, 9 of us in the room. We're all passing the gifts out. Like, yeah, here, this person's gift, this person's gift. Oh, that's nice, whatever. So he's expecting. I think he's expecting an Xbox. I think at that time it was just the 360. I think it was the 360 times, or just before that. So he's expecting an Xbox, and he's seen a box underneath the tree.
Yeah.
So he's thinking like, oh, cool. Like, mum and dad got me a big gift. I'll probably have to. He's got a little sister. I'll probably have to share it with my little sister, but that's cool. So gets the gift now. Gets passed to him. Man opens the gift. Opened it. He's getting excited. It's a Nintendo Wii. You can see the disappointment in his face. But because he thought he was getting an Xbox, he's put his hopes up to be getting this Xbox. For a time, his face was sour for everyone's exchanging gifts.
And the funniest thing is, he's made probably these plans to play online with all his mates at school.
All them
with
things.
The Wii, you can.
All them things.
I remember when I got my 360.
Let me just.
Was it that year?
Nah, I don't know. No, I'm saying let me just finish the story. But like, what makes it even funnier is that, so back in the day, like, he's into football like I am. He used to collect. There used to be a magazine called Match magazine.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get like gifts from the Match magazine, so you can get like a boot bag, like a football boot bag. So man's taken the boot bag from the magazine he's got, and he's wrapped it up himself. So he's got his sister to give him the gift, and he's
was he happy that he got it?
And he's pretending as if he didn't know what it was. But behind this, you could see in his face tears because he didn't get the Xbox, and it was peak. But my mum and dad clocked it, and so did I. And I wanted to laugh, but it was peak. But if I could find the photos, bro, he wrapped his own gift. Because I don't know, maybe he just thought
he
just
needed
in
that energy.
Wow. Just in case I don't get what I was getting.
Yeah, he needed that life.
Yeah, that's saving grace.
Oh, man.
But it was peak. I can picture the photo because we took every Christmas we would take photos and videos. I just remember his face looked so sour. Like, if I could find it and show
it's
it.
Actually mad.
It was actually so peak.
It's mad because I remember that year. He must be our age then, isn't it?
Yeah, like 2 years younger.
Because I remember getting my 360 and I put half of my money for my 360 and then put the half. Boy, I was happy to even get half. I was gassed. Hey, we went to fucking
CX game station.
Game
Boxing
station.
Day
Yeah.
to get the Xbox.
Mm.
Come back. That's when everyone started. That's when Live
Yeah.
first was about, and then it was just sick from there. Them
Xbox.
days there with BlackBerry and a 360 undefeated times.
They were. BlackBerry was dangerous, man. Broadcast
Yeah.
my pin.
Broadcast my pin.
That pissed me off.
People used to broadcast people saying like, "This is the slag list," or "This is the."
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember that? That was peak.
When you're in class and you see like lists and stuff or people being talked about, it is
It's
funny.
peak. But the thing is, there's a certain man on that list.
So
So
my
used to
P-
sit next to me.
So my PB list. So it's mad because okay, I don't know if you ever had this because I don't know where I ever got it. And I used to have like a Sony Ericsson first, but there was this
Walkman.
thing you could. I don't know how they did it, but you could hack other people's phones.
It was Bluetooth, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I had it, and you could call from people's phones or make music play. Yeah, and it just caused a ruckus. I don't know how I got it, but it was doing my madness.
It was like a file that you would send over.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then it would just be setting off people's phones. But you need to think how easy it was to hack people's phones back then.
Bro, so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. Everyone used to have their Bluetooth and infrared on constantly.
Yeah.
And like people would just send you random stuff.
Yeah.
And next minute you've got porn on your phone. And you're like,
Yeah.
people used to do it in English class. We just be
I
sitting
think
there.
that's how I got my first porn, was by through infrared.
We can say it in English.
Nah, my school was crazy, man. People used to do all sorts of.
But there was one, I don't even want to talk about it too tough. Because I asked somebody about the person. You know how I told you I was in a whip and I said the Ford's big?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was with her, because she went to that school. Don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, yeah. Go on,
You know the school I'm
I
talking
know the
about?
school, yeah.
School by man. There was it
The
was
school by your school?
yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Oh.
that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that circulated?
Fam.
Yeah.
The whole, like
That
no,
circulated, that was serious.
no. That went
Serious.
when I mean
From Heighton
yeah.
to Fazak.
I remember.
Nah, it's not really though.
It was massive.
Like people that
it
like.
was massive to where
Yeah, it was different.
to where
That was revenge porn, that though.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Before revenge porn was even revenge porn. But
Happened to a kid in my school as well.
a girl.
Nah, a lad. Remember when I went to an all boys school up to a certain point?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
You sent it.
No, he was. I don't
He
even
was
want to say too much.
Victim of it.
He was a victim of it, but he was
By a
done.
girl.
Yeah.
Never.
Mom was on camera doing things on webcam. You know, like back in the day.
Like in American Pie.
Yeah. And then it got screenshotted and leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was peak. It was
Mad,
actually so
mad.
peak. It
Man.
was so peak.
Man getting out his things on VGA cameras.
Nah, really though. Them
Them
CCTV.
megapixels.
Wow.
Looking like Mario.
Nah, I swear. I don't know why you'd do that, but yeah, I think he was trying to impress the girl. Innit?
Maybe.
And she,
Remember you had that? What was it? Chat roulette?
Yeah.
I never played any
That
of
was
those,
wild.
though.
That was
still.
wild
was
as
too-
well.
That was wild. Then you the guy you. Do you know what it is? You get more man beating the meat than you'll ever see, girl. Hey, I don't. I
Men are
think
savage, you know. They
people,
actually are
people
vicious.
used to lie and be like, "Yeah, I got some." You never did.
No, you never.
100% man. It was, and we just added to it.
Bro, I never touched them
Ah.
flipping platforms like that.
Man.
That's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, the kids of today, they got it good, man. Their level of social media and technology is completely
Nah,
different.
I think because we're not their age. We're not their age. So
No,
we
I know,
don't
but don't you think that today, everything they have and what they're exposed to is better than what we had?
Nah,
So I think in terms of the advancement in tech,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But in terms of the enjoyment, the implementation, the buzz and the hype, I think we were the generation,
Because we were the first ones.
to have it. We
yeah,
went through all of it.
we've
We've
been
got
through all the pilots.
We're like Hovis, best of both worlds.
Nah, we actually are, you know, because we
yeah.
sit on the last kind of generation of,
Knocking on your door.
yeah, and playing out and all that, where there was, like, internet just came while we were growing.
Yeah.
But then social media then grew as we became into adults. But then we kind of have, depending on your age, you remember when you used to knock for your friend or
Yeah, it's a
all them
different
kind of
time,
things,
man.
or
Crazy.
like, you know, you wouldn't always be like looking at your phone. Like
Yeah.
having a phone was a massive thing. I remember
It was.
getting my first phone.
But then when I got my first phone, the phones
flex
just
I would do
started
with the flip.
pouring in.
Don't know, you know, because I had a Nokia 3310.
I had a Nokia, and then
But what was peak was, I remember the same people in my school who had the Motorola Razr.
I had the Motorola
Remember the
Razr.
flip one? But like, I'm talking year 6.
No, so I had mine when I went to year 7. Just so lucky. It's because I used to get phones, literally. This is when it was 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So this is when contract phones started to come about.
Yeah.
So my mum used to have like a business rate, which transferred into Orange, and then Orange transferred into EE. So kind of Orange Wednesdays, shout out.
Yeah,
Do you know Orange Wednesdays was boy, it was big.
Oh, do you remember? Did you used to text people who you knew who were on that?
O2 as well.
Was it O2?
O2.
On
O2,
Orange?
yeah.
Like, yo,
yeah,
can I borrow your code today?
Yeah.
I've got a date. I've got a cinema.
yeah.
O2 even had the overdraft, I swear, didn't they? Like, you can go over your credit by like £2 or something like that.
I think so. At one point, I think it was up to £5.
Man, I was rinsing SIM cards for like a couple of months.
I think it was
changing numbers.
up to
Could
£5
you
at
do
one
that?
point.
Mad.
Yeah.
But then what was I saying now? Fucking
Your mum.
yeah. So every new phone. So I had like, I got like, what was it now? A Nokia, and then suddenly man got a Motorola, and then man got a Motorola that
You
went
have
to
the Walkman after that.
a Walkman. Then a Walkman went to a BlackBerry. But everyone got a Curve. I had a Bold.
Man was
Yeah. And
Bold
then,
was the really big one.
yeah. Then I had a
Yeah.
Bold and a Curve.
Mad.
Yeah, yeah. I had a Bold and a Curve
I
at
had a
14.
Curve.
Like, so I had 2 different BBMs.
Jeez.
So like, and then it was mad because I know how to play the system. Because my Curve used to,
play the
no,
system.
no, you know this.
I know this.
My Curve used to break all the time. And he used to have a little stall in HMV. And then I knew what to say to get a new phone each time. So the man was, instead of giving me like an old one to place it, they give me the new Curve that just come out
Man
each time.
upgraded.
Yeah, but kept my same plan.
Do you remember as well back in the day when your phone used to die and you'd be like, yo, bro, can I borrow your battery? And
Yeah,
you used
yeah,
to,
that's
yeah,
good.
That used to be sick. That day used to be cool.
Yeah, you can't borrow batteries.
Nah,
no more.
you can't do any of that. Or,
Yeah.
yo, you let me just use your SIM real quick. I need to text my mum. My phone's dead.
Let
remember them days?
Yeah, let me borrow your battery.
Yeah, they were sick.
Honestly,
Oh, do you have credit?
Yeah, job credit.
BlackBerry was so
Hello,
sick.
mum. Mum, I'm still waiting for you to
Innit?
pick me up.
Don't ring me back on this phone though, mum. Don't ring me back though, because he's going home in it. So but I'll be waiting here at this time. That used to be
I
the best.
remember one of the first times, like, I tried alcohol at like what they call them, sit-offs and stuff like
Sit-offs,
that.
yeah,
Sit-offs.
And I told my mum, yeah, like I'll give you a call at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll be ready. She was like, it's not gonna be late. I was like, no, I'll be fine, You know, got to like 9:30 for, you know, by the time my mum comes to the address, it'd be maybe 10, so I've got like an extra hour. So I called my mum like 9:30, 10 o'clock in there. I'm like, Mum, I'm ready to be picked up now. And she's like, I was like, how long will you be? She goes, I'm outside.
Russ.
I was like, right, how long have you been outside for? She goes, you said you were finishing at 9 o'clock.
So she'd be chilling all that time.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I think
efficiency.
my mum used to be that. Did you say you
Efficiency.
went? I remember I went to this house party in Croxteth. And because this is just fresh after Anthony Walker died, didn't
Oh yeah.
it? So it was like
Around them ends was
it was hella tense.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, you don't want me to go. But bare black families were bare scared. And during that time as well, wow, when Anthony Walker died, year 9.
Nah, younger than that, you know.
Nah, we was
Like 11,
Nah,
12.
it's been I think it's been 15 years since he passed. So how old are we? We've been 13, 12, 13.
yeah, so year 9.
You're now for you.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, so it was hella tense. And I was like, oh, I'm going to this party. She was like, no. I said, you don't love me. You don't love me.
But you know, at them times though, you don't even think of it that way. You just kind of like.
Nah, but it was mad because I felt like you know when you was younger, because they were like, yeah, I'm going this place, and you have to make up the maddest excuse.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean like we wouldn't process like going to that area is such a mad thing.
nah,
Like
because
you know about it,
there was ends that I knew that I couldn't step into. So shout out, not even a shout out. I'm gonna say openly and blankly right now. Fucking when we was growing up, there used to be a thing. We've said this before, the Mudmen.
yeah.
But there was set man that I grew up with.
Who were
Who were
parts of it.
Mudmen?
It was the same in my school.
There was
They all-
kids.
I used to play football with them on
Yeah.
the weekend, and then
So there was man who, it's mad because there was a couple of boys who, one kid as well where I still feel like we don't speak no more, but I haven't seen him man in years. I don't even know where man is. But where his mum and my mum are friends. We went to the same nursery, to the same school. He left primary school. We linked up in secondary school. And then you're coming to tell me you're Mudman where me and you've been to the same gaff. And you've eaten jollof in my gaff. And then your mum and my mum are friends.
I don't
So what
get
the
it.
fuck does it mean?
I think it's generally it's like kind of like the way you see it with like the government and people around different parts of like the world and stuff, where people just follow what everyone else is doing. So they're racist just because other people are. They don't even they don't even think. But the first 10, 15 years of your life, like you were saying, you're friends with someone who's black or Asian or non-white basically, because we live in this city, and that but like because other people are racist, etc., you just like fit in.
But to be fair, I don't even, you know what's mad? Man just disappeared off the face of the earth. Just vanished.
There's some people that I haven't seen since primary school and
Vanished.
like
I see set man now and again. I saw a lot of man in hideout. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a lot of man in hideout. But there's this one kid, well, what I mean, vanished. Like, no one could ever tell you what happened to man.
no idea.
Yeah.
It does make you think, doesn't it? It does make you think.
So. But yeah, I agree, man. I feel like I said, lots of people are sheeps in it.
Sheeps. And I am the shepherd.
Exactly, man.
I'm gonna lead you to the promised land.
We need to be the Pied Piper out here.
Excuse like
We need to. It's probably amplified because he's got the headphones on as well.
A bass.
Yeah, man. We need more leaders out here. Less.
yeah, man. We do, to be fair.
Less people.
To be
who are
fair,
following-
man. You know what it is? You know what it is, baby.
Yeah, we can end on slandering women. Let's go.
Whoa.
Nah, I'm only joking.
Women or slander and women?
Slandering women.
I ain't
It's
slandering.
a Slander Women Month. Shout out to 90s Baby podcast.
Man, you slander, what do women do to piss you off?
Nah, they don't even do anything to piss me off. It's just the conversations and things that I've been reading and listening and hearing about and stuff. About like, recently I think topics that have just been coming up are like, about like finance and kind of like who should, not the cliche stuff like who should pay on a first date and stuff, but just like kind of like how to construct your life. And like we were mentioning before the pod about like, I've seen things like people saying that certain women want a dad rather than a man to date. They want to kind of be showered and taken care of, and but like what are they actually bringing? But obviously I feel on that statement, like I've never said to a girl, what are you bringing to the table? I've never said. I don't think that's a statement that you'd say, and I think you should know who you're dating anyway. Well, to an extent, because
I think you never know who you're any with, but I think everything's a learning curve, innit? Like, me, myself, I don't even know myself. I feel like every day I learn something about my emotions. There's a lot of emotions where I feel like it's been suppressed most of my life. What I can tell you now and what I do know is that I crave love. Like, I don't crave it. I feel like... So I was with Minear the other day, and I said to Minear, like, I feel like... How am I going to say this now? Okay, so you might know this, as I've always said, like, oh, I want kids.
yeah,
I want a missus. I want this, like, from young.
yeah,
It's because I feel like I don't have a family dynamic. So,
okay,
me looking at you, I envy what you have. Because you've had your dad and had your mum and da-da-da-da-da. Also, I envy a lot of people that have that. But then I also envy the fact where, like, I love my mum, but my mum doesn't know me as a son. And my mum feels like her job as a parent is, you go to university, you got an education, you're going to get a job.
the
That's my
providing
job done.
side of it,
Do you get
not
what I'm
like
saying?
the emotional kind of side of it.
So where I feel like I wanted all these things now is me craving. I don't really crave where... how am I going to say this? I'm trying to articulate in a way where I feel like I never thought it was an issue up until recently. Where,
But sometimes that only comes to surface because of something.
yeah, because something hit me, and I was like, now that I've felt that love, and I'm trying to give someone love, this is what I've always aspired to have.
Do you always say, don't they, that like I think what you said in the conversation before, you know, your parents always wanted you to have the opportunities or the things that they never had.
Yeah.
So, you know, as you were saying, you know, if you envy what Tessa may have or whatever, you know that for you in the future, you want that family unit. You know that you're going to be able to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that I never had it, because at the same time, I don't think if I did have it, I don't think I'll be the guy I am now.
Yeah.
Because me now is, obviously, I won't have that. I've always been told is, you need to get what you need to get, and you need to do this. If it means you need to take this route, you need to do this route. Like, I've always been like, I've always been like, I have to lead, and I'll do it with no love, and I'll do it in a resilient way. Whereas it's my way, and it's only my way. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's took me to some parts. I feel like if I did get that, oh, don't worry, here's a safety net, we love you, it'll make me soft in some aspects.
I don't know about, I get what you're saying. I think it just depends on the circumstance and the role model where that's happening, because depending on who's showing you or guiding you, they'll be able to be like, they would prepare you for the world in a way where you know when you have to be, like you're saying, and there's times where you're like, actually, I really need help.
But I don't think me learning that is me learning the harsh realities of life from early. Of learning where you can't trust your family. You can't do things, you can't trust people. Sometimes love is just what people say, is just to say. Because I've seen, especially when I was younger, people just say these words willy-nilly.
Just to get
so,
stuff.
do you get what I'm saying? So you also not need to be selfish, but you also need to be the kindest person you can be. But at the same time, always look at it as a way where don't let your emotions take control of yourself. This is like, these are the things where if I had that love support system,
you'd be able to manage them better.
No, I feel like I would have been sheltered from them a lot more.
But
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I think when you're young, you're brought up in a certain way, you know, you think, you know, by pleasing certain people by a certain way, or when you hear these certain words, you do feel obligated to behave in these set ways. But, you know, I think until like I've been recently older, because like you said before, some people just say these words and they're a little bit like throwaway words.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Sometimes, and I think even still to this day, maybe or the society gives each of these words too much power. Do you know what I mean? Like,
me personally, I don't think anyone knows, even me, myself, or us don't know what love is. But me personally, if you say you love someone, I feel like I've always said, if I said I love someone, like, truly, with my heart and soul and spirit, I will never leave that person. Like, I'm not in it to leave, like, this is that and that and that. But then, how can you love someone? Obviously, maybe you can love multiple people, but I don't believe in that shit, man. Like, if it took you to get to that point to love someone, then there's a reason why you love that person. Like,
Yeah.
If you're one of them people that falls in love with everyone, then...
Nah, if you fall in love with everyone, then you can fall...
But if you don't fall in love with that many people and you feel something that you never felt before, then...
There's a saying, like, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But, no, I get that, like... But I think with... On that point, the falling in love with, like, someone or saying it, there's different types of love. And that love is shown and reciprocated differently. Like, if you've got a family member, sometimes that you can't really explain, but you love them, but you can't really explain. It's just already there.
It's like that
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
so I don't really have that unconditional love for a family member.
Really?
Yeah. This is what I'm saying, because I've seen the harsh realities of what family members do for you. Like, this is the thing where like I told you, I'm not even asked to say, I cut my own sister off. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, there's no family member. Like, I cut my dad off, I cut my sister off. If you do something to cross that line, there's no love. I don't think there's that. I don't have that unconditional love.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you think though I know you said that your family, you can cut them off, but I do feel in other aspects of your life, you do have that unconditional love. So let's say for like some of the boys that you chill with.
I don't know, man.
It's a different type of unconditional
I have love
love
for you, man, but then I genuinely feel like, take my man, who is on our group, he had that respect that we had respect for him, and then he didn't show reciprocated. For me, he's not around no more. He's nah, for real. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've even said this to my mum one time. Like, we had beef one time. And I said to her, like, don't take, and it really hurt her. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite mean what I said, but I said to her, like, you having the title of mum is, I'm gonna say it now because she knows, and I really said, I said it in a way that really upset her, but I said the truth. Like, you could be called my mum, and you could have brought me into this world,
but it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I get that.
And
Tariq, man.
a next woman could look after me more.
It's true.
And I could give her the title of mum. It doesn't matter if you have blood. I'm not obligated to you. Like,
yeah, sure.
I hate where people come and say, like, my mum says all the time, like, your dad is your blood. He didn't teach me nothing. He hasn't showed me anything. There's times where I was lost. There's times as a family unit we needed help. I had to step up. There's things where you did this. If my mum didn't have that, it doesn't matter if you're my mum. I'm not gonna come around and tell you, oh, I love you because you're my mum. No, like if Christine over there was so much, there's no one there, man.
I know the way man's looking.
If Christine come out of the way and looked after me, took me to school, showed me, gave me the stables, or what, that would be. I will give that woman the respect of my life and say, if someone said, who's your mum? I'd look at Christine and be like, that is my mum.
Shout out to Christine.
She's not my mum, by the way.
I know. Hypothetical.
Yeah. People need to stop taking this like family things, because family, hey, I don't trust people, man. Like, family, the worst, the snake here. But then, people as well, like, I love you, man, but there's set things I will never tell you, man, until I'm certain on, and you know this. I'm not being snaky about it. It's just how I see how the world works. You could be happy, but you can't not help how your mind thinks.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you could be happy for everyone. Someone said, I said this to Connor, and Connor was like, that's a negative way to think of things. It's not a negative way to think of things.
It's a safety.
Because
it's a safety mechanism.
Yeah.
It's your head will say shit before you could even stop it. Like, you can't even say you don't even mean it, but you need to think your brain is your conscious. And that head in your voice is actually saying your true feelings. I can come and tell you today, I've just won £1 million. You're like, fuck. This guy's, you say, oh, congrats, but in your head it's like, fuck this guy.
Nah, it's true.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
especially when it comes to money and finance.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How has my mom got $1 million? And I'm here, bussing.
It.
I should have deserved it. That's why I never talk about things that's going well, or I'm doing this and this, because I know how the mind works. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had them thoughts. Because I know, because I've had them thoughts. And I've looked at my life at one point and someone said something. I'm not going to lie. It could be someone in a close group. And I'm like, I'm happy, but my head's telling me, fuck. Well, I'm going for my man because it's not coming my way. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I never speak on things.
But I think I always flip that, and I always say God's timing, and
God's
it's
timing.
Always you need to put yourself in a position to when then your opportunity comes, then you're gonna be able to take it.
Yeah. There's
so
God's
I never
timing.
look at other people and be like,
but you cannot not. It's like you cannot look at other people because your head has already said it.
Yeah, but
you can't stop these emotions.
You can't actually train your head to
you can train it. Go and live in the mountains for 20 years.
I don't need to do that. I do get what you're saying, but it's how then, if that action, that thought or emotion comes over to you, it's then how do you then act from that? How do you control that?
There's ways to act it, but you can't stop that. It's me saying it's that initial thought. It's like, I will never say anything into the world as well, where people will say like, oh, I said that out of anger. You cannot not say things out of anger. You've put it out in the world. And I'm a strong believer is where once you said things into the world as well, and you never fulfill what you said, it's wasted. This is why I hate manifestation. This is why I hate people are asking too much from the universe.
Yeah.
and you're asking for too much.
You gotta, like I
And-
said, you gotta prepare yourself
Yeah,
for that.
and you're preparing, you're asking. You know what? Gonna be honest. I manifested for something recently, and I never asked the universe for anything, and I never really asked the universe for nothing. And now that I know what I asked to manifest, and it's not gonna come into fruition, it's pissing me off.
But maybe that is the answer, though.
No, that is not the answer because I not begged, but I prayed because I thought this is the right thing for
It
me.
might not happen yet. There's always, like I said, it's the timing. It might not be the time now, but because you've put that energy into the existence and stuff, and you're aware that it hasn't come yet,
It's
better
gonna
days are
find-
coming.
it's
Yeah,
gonna find
like
its way.
something may be round the corner, which then clicks and puts everything into motion. Like, just because you don't get it there when you want it to, it like pathway. You've set the initial. You've hit that one domino, and it's gonna come round,
Yeah.
and then it'll be your turn. That train, that you're on a journey, so I wouldn't get too upset over that, because like something like that is you can't tell when something will happen, and you don't know when it will happen. So
So yeah, man. But yeah, when we're all 50, we'll be splendid.
I don't know, man. Splendid. I don't even know what the path for life's going because, boy,
as long as you just keep a positive mindset and you set out your everydays to the best of what you can do on that day, then you're on the right pathway. If you're going to be down in the dumps, not saying you, but just in general, if people are going to be down in the dumps and they're going to then always think, oh, this is not going for me, this is not going for me, this is not going for me, nothing will go for you. Law of attraction. Bob Proctor, shout out to Bob, man's 87, and he's still out here preaching. Nah, he actually is.
Yeah.
Every single day he says that he's 87 and he feels the best he's ever felt.
That's good.
he's
That's out here.
87,
Out here
baby.
preaching, and he talks about the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and speaking things and doing things in a positive way.
But we need to stop manifesting. Like, we're asking.
This manifestation thing, I don't really get it, man.
What-
Just pray and then do things that you should do
Put
to
you into position
What,
to
Yeah.
get
we're
you
asking
what you
too
want.
much.
Exactly.
People will actually sit there and say, oh, I want a bacon to fly out of the sky.
that.
We need to stop this. Because then what if the bacon flies out of the sky? How are you going to catch it?
All I know is
It's too
Boy, imagine the bacon's down there,
Whoa.
and you're here, and someone else catches it.
If someone actually told me like to be manifesting a bacon and now to next one, then I'll be the first one to manifest.
what
Once that day
a thing
comes.
to manifest, man. But these days I'm all about doing things and getting myself in
man.
position to do
Yeah,
things.
Just
man.
have that positive mindset, man. Put yourself on the
Positive station.
positive station, if you want to
Yeah,
call
man.
it that.
We need to. I think, obviously, a lot of people don't
Mm.
look into God, but I genuinely feel like maybe we need to.
I pray every day, man.
Instead of manifesting.
I don't manifest, I pray, man.
Because people are manifesting for like either money.
Them kind of things, I just pray for the same things every
Yeah.
single day, like 3 times a day. The same
Like,
thing.
because I was started watching manifestation videos and people saying like, "Yeah, I want to see 6 figures in my bank account."
Loud.
And I'm like, "Whoa!"
And you
Like,
and you work in Tesco in the back room. No,
hey,
no,
there's
no.
nothing wrong in Tesco.
There's nothing but like
There's nothing
you
wrong in
don't.
Tesco.
There's
still.
there's a step. I'm not dissing people working Tesco, but like there's a step. You need to get yourself on that ladder. You can't be one day you're working Tesco back room, and then you're saying I want 6 figures in the next
Also,
year.
so Twitter. Before we end this, Twitter get me hella depressed, man. Fuck you know.
Log out, man.
Every day is retweet this tweet to get this.
Allow
or-
them tweets, man.
Or something about a relationship, or would your boyfriend cheat on me? And then a first job photo. Oh, Twitter's driving me crazy.
Log
like,
out.
I tried to log out, log back in.
Willpower's on zero, you know.
Man, do you know what? I could log out to Insta, no problem. There's something about Twitter.
Man's hooked, you know.
It's hooked.
Man's
The
hooked.
porn
Man's so
addiction.
porn, you know.
Does
Nah, stop it. Porn changes your brain cells, man.
it?
Yeah, it does. Scientifically, it does.
What's the change?
It can it can alter your way of thinking and
Less
stuff.
productive.
All sorts of things. I'll send you a
I
video on
think
it.
it's altered my perception a bit.
I think so.
I think not on life. I
No,
feel
not
like,
in life, just in how you perceive certain things.
like what?
like maybe how you have like ideas of like relationship or life
No,
and stuff
not from
in
porn.
those.
I make love, baby.
Yo, let's rock. On that note, yeah.
Jesus.
Thanks to everyone who's watched
Your voice
this.
okay?
Yeah, man. It was excitement. Yeah, thanks to everyone who watch, listen, subscribe. Front Left Podcast is back. Gonna have more content. We haven't recorded for a little minute. If you guys got something to plug.
But yeah, we're back though. So yeah, on the Instagram, Front Left Podcast. On the Twitter, come tweet us actually, Front Left Pod. And
you know what, as well, actually, people should email or DM us if you ever have like a dilemma or.
Yo, we've got an email, you know.
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Email and DM.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
email.
put it on the thing, just the
Yeah, just frontleft@icloud.com. Email us, mum. We'll respond if you got something to talk about. We'll keep it anonymous as well. Obviously, you're not going to be airing people's business and that. And then we'll discuss it. That way, like, well, if you got any content ideas, actually, nah, scrap that. Content's for us. But if you just want to send in your dilemmas, do that. But yeah, that's us.
over and out.
Peace.
Peace.
Sweet.